the the message on your answering machines that you decided to go back to the little headquarters there?
What message?
You got a message about a new operation. Hang on a second, I'll get you the date. October 27th, 11 a.m.
What was that date again?
October 27th, 1992.
92.
All right. Yeah, Yuri will show up back at the headquarters, or drive up to the main gate.
All right, yeah, it's pretty much the same procedure as last time. You're, escorted to the barracks and driven out to the flight line where there's the hangar. Hang on one second.
Sure.
Sure, dude.
Anyways, you go into the hangar, you go to the briefing room like before, and there's, Lynch sitting at the head of the table again.
Hey, buddy.
Hello, Lynch.
He sort of nods at you.
Hey,
Hey, what's going on?
what up?
Hey, can you hear us?
Yeah,
Okay, cool. Welcome.
All right, awesome. So you've been summoned to the headquarters there, and you've just gotten into the briefing room. There's Lynch sitting at the head of the table, and Mick, he looks at you and says, "This is your operation, your briefing."
Oh. All right, yeah, so there was this girl back in high school. She was she was the love of my life, for a couple of weeks. Did you change your name to Jessica?
No, I think I just forgot it for a second.
Okay, yeah. Jennifer Billings. She recently contacted me, in my regular everyday life as a private eye to locate her fiance, which was a bummer because, she's still kind of hot.
Do
But-
you have a picture?
Do I have a picture of her?
Yeah, there was
yeah,
the one
yeah.
picture of her
Yep.
with James.
Yeah,
Do you want to show the pictures at this
yeah.
point?
I'll
Jesse?
show the pictures.
Do we have copy to keep?
Um, I guess if Lynch wants to let you use the copier, is there a copier here, Lynch? We're getting off. I'm sorry. Her fiance, James Avery. That was his name, right? James Avery. My notes are so.
Yeah,
fucking
you guys can
messy.
see all those pictures, right?
Yeah, I've already got it.
Is it under something besides handouts or green anvil? That
Look,
was the last round, right?
look all the way to the top. That's where they are in my journal. Photo 1, photo 2, photo 3.
I don't see it.
Hang on, let me make you guys.
Oh, there we go.
But he was writing a book on MK Ultra and
Cool.
some secret projects and stuff in New Mexico, and he went missing.
Nevada, actually.
Oh, in Nevada.
Yeah, I think I said New Mexico, but then I looked and I found that it was actually in Nevada. Sorry.
No worries. New Mexico, Nevada. Nevada, that was it, yeah. Um, last anyone's heard from him was about 3 weeks ago. And, yeah, she's worried, and so I called, I called our buddy Lynch here. I didn't actually get to talk to you, Lynch. That hurt my feelings maybe a little, but that's all right. And, I asked them if they maybe had anything to anything they might have known about this to make my job a little easier. And next thing I know, they're telling me that burning Gorgon was a go. And here we are. I don't really know much more than that. Um, yeah, I've got a couple of addresses. I've got his notebook with some of his notes in it. And
What is this MK Ultra?
Actually, Yuri, you probably would have heard of it.
Oh, let me consult my own brain.
It's it was a government-run experiment that ran in the late 50s through the mid 60s or so, where they used mind-altering drugs on unsuspecting subjects in some cases to basically experiment with like potential mind control and slash or psychic abilities.
You don't say, as I rip off a piece of paper. Put some drugs on my tongue.
yeah, I mean, until earlier this year, I would have just written it off as you know, conspiracy theory type nonsense. But well, we're sitting here.
Yes, conspiracy is our business, after all.
Also, you know that the official local law enforcement report on it is that he probably just went hiking and got lost, and they just haven't recovered the body yet.
That's what they always say.
So, considering my phone call to Lynch for a little more information has brought us here.
So Lynch,
Do we have
does
more
Agent-
information? Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, do we have any more information on him or any of this anything he was researching?
The only information we have: James Avery, age 27, graduated Atticus University in May of 1989. Seems to be a freelance writer. Local law enforcement thinks he just vanished while hiking, lost the trail, what have you. Aside from that, we don't really have any additional information, but anything involving project size, the scope of MK Ultra, we obviously want to make sure there's no loose ends.
Do we have
Do
any?
we have?
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Do we have contact in MK Ultra that we could perhaps question?
At this time, all the information from MK Ultra is classified, compartmentalized.
So I'm hearing a no.
Well, the Information Act officially stated that MK Ultra ended in 1967.
Mhm.
Do we know the last time, what's his name, James, was seen?
Last time he was seen was about 3 weeks ago. He talked to his mother 3 weeks ago on a Thursday. That was about the last time he was seen. About 3 weeks ago. Well, how long ago did I talk to Jennifer Billings? Like, how long's it been?
Like maybe 3 days, 4 days tops.
Okay, so yeah, about 3.5 weeks ago. His car was left at the cabin. He talked to his mother 3 weeks ago. It's the last. It's the last anyone's heard from him in Nevada.
As far as when he was last seen, once you have feet on the ground on site, you might talk to some of the locals.
Where was this at again? Sorry, New Mexico?
The town,
Nevada.
the cabin is about 8, maybe 10 miles north by northwest of a town called Winnemucca, Nevada. Kind of in the northwest corner of Nevada by the Black Rock Desert.
Interesting. And your lady crush, Mick, does she know anything more?
She doesn't know anything more. She just knows that he was working on his book. He was at his cabin, and she hasn't heard from him. She doesn't know. She doesn't know about us and the bigger picture here. But yeah, she's just looking for a missing fiance. I don't think she knows anything. She's definitely just a sweetheart, and she's not up to anything nefarious or anything.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so we go to cabin.
I'm assuming by this point you would have read the journal or leafed through it quite a bit.
Yeah.
All right, everything seems to be pretty standard stuff that's available in the Freedom of Information Act.
Mm-hmm.
Except for that 13th chapter.
Banshee, right?
Right, that's the one. There's just a few brief notes on that. And the gist of the notes in general is that the particular drug used in those experiments was dimethyltryptamine with some sort of additional compound in it. And that unlike all of the other drugs that they experimented with, every person reported sort of reported sort of a feeling of malicious presence when they were on the drug. And they all called it the same thing, which is why it got that nickname.
Banshee. Okay. All right, I'm gonna relay that to the team while Lynch is sitting there. I went through his journal, most of the stuff, like Freedom of Information Act, but there's dimethyltryptamine, and I look at Yuri when I say it.
Yuri, you're probably well versed with DMT-19.
Okay. I'm sure Felix is probably more so. Lysergic acid is my drug of choice.
Felix probably from more of a textbook perspective.
Oh, okay. Be for more of a hands-on approach.
Yeah.
Tongue on.
Yes. See, something very spooky about it.
Huh. So you've gotten the same malicious feeling?
Well, no, he never took the
Okay.
he never took it with the compound, with the extra compound in it.
Oh, okay.
I know people who took it. They do not recommend. Or I don't know. Maybe I don't know people who took it.
No,
Something plausible that I am connected to these drugs.
your experiences with DMT were pretty pleasant, actually.
Oh, DMT. I do know that.
So 1 through 18 is okay. It's just 19 is problematic.
Not exactly, but we'll go with that.
I don't know about anything about any of this. I spent my character points learning how to fight better and drive better. Since Felix keeps making me drive.
I can drive as well. I got 2 points
All right, you and me a switch off, Yuri. Felix don't like to drive.
Okay.
All right, so the bottom line here, it's about 11:30ish now. Lynch tells you that there's a civilian flight leaving out of St. Louis at 3 o'clock, which it's about an hour and a half drive. It'll land in Las Vegas. You get a car there, take it up to Winnemucca, and since you'll be on a civilian flight, you can't really take guns and grenades.
Right.
But they'll contact you with the name of a fixer locally who can hook you up with some things.
We have any sort of official jurisdictional kind of contact in Nevada?
All right, I don't want to say yes on this because I don't know if Liam's planning on playing anymore.
Okay.
But there's another guy, Chris, that might be in for next session onwards. So maybe.
Maybe. Okay. I'll take that maybe.
But hey, look on the bright side. You've at least been hired by the family to look into this now.
Yeah, that's going to help.
Yeah, we're private eye, and which makes it all about us.
Private Eye and
You're not-
Friends. Thursdays on NBC.
You're not just some assholes walking in like, do you hear anything about a gator man, Mr. Police Officer?
Oh, we just freaked out the maid. The company that buys all your shit is evil. You should, anyways. So no guns for us.
Well, you can't take them, but you'll have access to some equipment when you get there.
All right.
What kind of stuff did we want last time that we didn't have?
That we didn't have?
Yeah, I felt like there was something that we wanted.
You and your fucking rope.
There were, I'm a simple guy with simple needs. I mean, I probably got everything I wanted and more. Like those goggles. I was like, whoa, I got goggles. I think Felix definitely might have wanted some stuff. And Vanessa, I mean, like, I don't know if there's any, sort of stuff like you normally would use in your day-to-day that you might be able to pack. Like in your luggage. Aside from guns and stuff.
I mean, I'm not trying to speak for Vanessa, but you can definitely take some, like, civilian standard scientific equipment.
Yeah, I think like a camping kit. Maybe some like listening devices and potential cameras. I'm trying to think of like electronic stuff that might be useful.
This cabin that he was at, was it his cabin, like a family cabin, or was it or was it something he rented? I probably didn't ask Jennifer, and if I did, I didn't write it down.
Yeah, it's a rental.
It's a rental, okay. We'll have to see if, and I've got the address and stuff, so we'll have to see if maybe we can rent that cabin. And then we could set up, like, we can set up some surveillance and stuff around it, especially since, it appears that once we start asking questions, I mean, my assumption is, like, unless he actually did just get lost and this is all coincidence, although the fact that, the fact that I'm sitting here with you guys and Lynch makes me feel like it's not just a coincidence that he happens to be investigating this and got lost. We definitely want to watch our backs, I think. I've learned some hard lessons after Louisiana.
So in the 90s, what kind of like spy equipment is there? Like, can I get like some bugs and potentially video equipment?
I mean, yeah, you can take video equipment and like sound stuff, shotgun microphone, that kind of thing.
All right, I'll take a couple pieces of each just in case, and then
I mean, it's basically the same stuff that's available now, just slightly bigger.
yeah, that's what I figured.
All right, yeah. So let's get some video equipment, shotgun mic, cameras.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring just a general camping kit, so I don't have to figure out what exactly goes into that. I'm just gonna call it a camping kit. First aid kit, some rope, a sheet of LSD, and a carton of cigarettes, and a VHS tape of Die Hard in case we have a VCR where we're going.
Did we lose Vanessa?
She hasn't said anything.
Yeah. I am listening.
Okay.
Since I came late.
Yeah, did you want to grab any sort of scientific equipment or anything that that you could get on a plane without looking too suspicious? The video stuff, I'm assuming, like it doesn't necessarily look suspicious at all. We could be filming a documentary or some shit.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Quick, funny, out of character story since we mentioned the VHS of Die Hard. So yeah, my power's gone out a couple of times today, and Cleve, after I told you how my power's gone out and stuff, I then went to go make my coffee and stuff, and everything in my kitchen, with the exception of my coffee maker, was blinking 12 o'clock, and I thought that was funny as fuck.
Nice.
My stove, my microwave, I was like, God damn it. Must be time to play Conspiracy X.
That's going to be the signal from now on. Just all the power goes off in all of your apartments or whatever.
All right, so yeah, so I'm going to grab some camping gear too, that makes sense. And yeah, I guess we'll head out to the airport.
All right. Well, since it's 1992, airport security is pretty lax. They don't raise any suspicions of you carrying, well, of Felix, because I'm sure he's going to want to take a couple of like chemical testing kind of thing. But it's a pretty uneventful flight. Movie kind of sucks. It's Gremlins. So no, maybe it doesn't suck. It's pretty
I
alright.
I like Gremlins.
Oh, God.
Flight lands uneventfully. You collect all your baggage. I'm assuming you rent a vehicle and drive to Winnemucca.
Yeah, we're gonna head to Winnemucca, and we landed in where? Vegas.
Yeah, you landed in Vegas.
Huh?
Okay, yeah, so we'll try that to Winnemucca. Do I have a line on who owns this cabin or who this cabin can be rented from?
Yeah, there's a man up there. Michael Withers is the guy that owns it.
Do we have the Lynch phone? I'm not going to call Michael Withers on it, but I want to know if we have the Lynch phone.
Yeah, you got a satellite phone.
The Lynch phone. I'll let Felix hold on to that.
So you should be seeing a nice little map of Winnemucca there.
Yes, this is Winnemucca.
The cabin is a few miles north on Highway 95. Can't really see it on this map.
Oh wait, I'm not seeing that.
I'm sorry, what did you say, Alex?
I don't see a map.
You don't see a map. How about now?
Negative. Let me reload.
That should do it.
Oh, this is a newer map. Okay. This is Winnemucca.
All right, so there's not much in town. It's a pretty small town, about 7,500 people. The first thing I'm assuming you're gonna try and find a hotel.
Yeah, let's find a hotel.
All right, that building right there seems to be the only hotel in town.
Okay.
And since it's Vegas, the lobby is full of slot machines. Or since it's Nevada.
Right.
See a few other stores, shops, and things on the way in. There's an audio video shop here on this corner.
What was the name of
Right
our other
there.
contact? Our fixer? Do we have it? What do we have about our fixer?
He's gonna contact you
Okay.
at some point tomorrow.
Creepy.
Just for you, Mick. They didn't have a whammy burger out here for some reason. Out west, it's called. For some reason, out west, it's called Whammy Juniors.
Oh, okay. All right. I probably don't eat as much whammy burger, but I'll still eat some, but probably not as much as I've been trying to get myself into better shape after after Louisiana. But I'm still gonna eat some whammy junior. All right, so we'll get a room or rooms at the hotel.
Yuri's slapping some "Do Not Disturb" signs on every room.
Yeah.
Excellent call.
Yeah, I guess we'll get should we each get our own room, or should we should we bunk up? Vanessa, you can have her own room, or
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that having my own room.
Also, it might be important to note that the police department is right. Sorry about that. The police department is right here.
over by Sheehan Street.
Yes.
Irish cops. That's racist.
Jingoist.
Okay.
So you get settled in, you get checked to the room. It's about 4:30 local time.
All right. While everybody's settling in, I do want to head over to the police station.
Sure.
And I'm going to go in and just ask to speak to whoever's in charge of any missing persons cases.
Being as how it's a small town, Sheriff Williams is basically the only guy there who, I mean, he's got a couple of deputies, but
Sheriff who?
Sheriff Williams.
Sheriff Williams.
Sheriff William Williams, if you really want to know.
Okay.
His parents had a piss poor sense of humor.
So I introduced myself, Sheriff Williams. I'm Mick Delane. I'm a private investigator. I've been contacted by the fiancée of James Avery. She's looking into his disappearance. I mean, I understand you guys have pretty much closed this case as just like he got lost hiking, but I'm wondering if you have any sort of field reports, notes, any other case files I might be able to get a look at, if you wouldn't mind. Trying to set her mind at ease.
You say you're a private investigator, is that right?
That's right.
Do you mind showing me some identification?
Sure. And I'll show him my driver's license and I'll give him one of my cards.
All right. He seems to He seems to take that as pretty pretty much you are who you say you are then. He's like, "Yeah, you're welcome. I'll make you a copy of the police report if you'd like."
I'd appreciate that. Like I said, I mean, she's very upset, and I'm just trying to help set her mind at ease. You know.
Oh, I understand completely. We've talked to her a number of times on the telephone.
Mm.
But fact of the matter is, we went out there, we investigated. No sign of forced entry, no fingerprints in the place that couldn't be accounted for. It looks like he just went for a walk. Not being from around here, probably got lost, got just wandered off one of the trails. Maybe fell down in a gully and got injured. He'll turn up sooner or later. Some hiker is gonna find a pile of bleached bones, picked clean by the vultures.
Yeah. Such a shame.
Hey, it really is. He seemed like a nice fella. I talked to him once or twice out and about in town.
What
But
sort of was it? Just like casual conversation, or were you talking? She's worried that some of his research may have had something to do with his disappearance. I mean, not that I'm saying that obviously, I mean, people get lost all the time, but I'm wondering. I mean, just again, I know she's going to ask me. I mean, did you talk to him about any of the research he was doing? Do you know if he was talking to other people about his research, like anyone else?
I really couldn't say who we might have been talking to. I know he was renting a cabin from Mike Withers up there on Black Rock Mountain, or I'm sorry, on Winnemucca Mountain,
Mm-hmm.
and writing some kind of a book, I think. It's a small town, though. I see a strange face. I'd like to get to know who they are.
Sure. Did either of you other two come with me?
Yeah, I'll have come with you.
Oh, this other strange face here is Yuri. He's one of my associates.
Hello, William Williams.
He kind of gives you a nod.
Just in case you see him around town, like he's working with me on this case.
Yeah, Yuri's rocking his blue tracksuit today.
Because between you and me, Sheriff, I mean, if I saw this guy wandering around Winnemucca, I might be a little, I might want to ask some questions. But yeah, no, he's with me. He's all right.
He kind of half chuckles a little bit, and he says, "Well, as long as you folks don't cause any trouble."
No, I have no intention of causing any trouble. Like I say, I just want to do just a little investigating to help set her mind at ease. And you have any? Are there any guides? Like any popular like hiking guides or anything like that? Like if we wanted to maybe just try to check out some of the trails he may have been hiking on when he disappeared.
Well, not really as such. Winnemucca is not what you'd call a tourist trap.
Gotcha.
Uh, you might ask around over at Johnny's Bar. I know a couple of times a week, James would come into town. He'd stop, get some groceries, some supplies. Sometimes he'd stop in and have a couple of drinks over at Johnny's.
Sure. Nice place.
Well, nice enough.
Okay. All right. So what's the name of the hotel we're staying at?
It's the Winnemucca Ramada.
All right, Jennifer. We'll be staying at the Winnemucca Ramada. Um, if anything else, if you get any information, if you could give me a call, I'd surely appreciate it. And if I mean, obviously, if we find anything new that might, bleached bones or half-eaten, you guys got coyotes out here?
Oh yeah, it's coyotes,
Yeah.
vultures, all kinds of critters wandering around the desert.
If we happen to find some sort of bad news, of course, I'll contact you immediately.
Well, I'd appreciate that very much. Thank you.
All right. Well, I guess then we'll head back out. Maybe swing by. You guys hungry? We'll swing by the Whammy Junior.
Yes, I could use a good burger.
Well, then you shouldn't go to the Whammy Junior.
Is it comparable to the Big Whammy?
Yeah, it's like exactly the same, just a
Okay,
different name.
gotcha.
Kind of like the whole Hardee's and Carl's Jr. thing.
Right. Once we get back to the hotel, I'd like to call Michael Withers. But before I call him, I mean, what do you guys think? You think we should like ask him some questions about this before we try to rent that cabin, or you think we should just try to rent the cabin and not mention James Avery? I might be overthinking it more again, but
I don't think we should, ask questions. What's the point of it? We are still going to go to the cabin.
well, I don't want him to I definitely want to rent the cabin, and if I don't want to spook him and have him like just say, "Oh, so you're investigating some dude that went missing while he was staying at my cabin?" You know, no, it's rented up through December. Well, I suppose we could ask him questions after we rent it.
Okay, so here's it.
Yeah, let's
I
just
will-
go up there first.
Okay, we are not doing anything bad, so there is no point on like, telling him anything because we're not doing anything bad. And if it's not going to cause this guy any trouble, so what's the point?
You guys want us to maybe scope it out a little bit before we rent it, before we talk to Withers.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Well, I mean, can we rent it before we're talking to Withers? Or
Well, we'd be renting it from Withers. So I mean, we would definitely have to talk to him. Well, we'd probably have to talk to him to rent it. Is he Cleve? Is he like just a private person who owns it, or is it like a company or something that like rents out cabins?
No, he's just got 3 or 4 little properties around Winnemucca that he rents out.
Okay.
yeah, let's just rent it from him. Go check it out, and then maybe tell him why we're actually here. I don't want to run into the situation where we crash somebody else staying at the cabin, and then Withers is all pissed at us.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So we'll call Withers to inquire about renting that cabin.
All right, you don't have any problem tracking him down. He's listed in the phone book. And you get him on the phone.
Michael Withers.
That's me.
I understand you have a cabin for rent up on Winnemucca Mountain.
Yes, I do. Supposedly, I've got somebody staying there. It's booked through the end of December.
Damn, booked through the end of December.
Well, it's booked through the end of December, but I haven't even gotten this month's rent for it yet.
Hmm.
So I don't know. I'm not quite sure what to do. I'm not quite sure what my legal obligation here is. Aside from giving a 30-day eviction notice, which I haven't done yet. I like to give people a little time, you know.
Would that have been I'm just gonna ask him about Avery, guys.
Yeah.
Would that have been rented to a James Avery?
Hold on just a second. It sounds like he's opening and closing some drawers in a cheap metal desk. He says, "Yeah, that's the fella that's out there, James Avery. You friends of his, or?"
I'm friends with his fiancee. He's unless he turns up, I'm afraid you're not going to get any rent for this month. He appears to have gone missing.
I think I read some about that in the paper about 2 weeks ago. I never made the connection. That's that fella?
That's that fella. The police never came to ask about it or like check his belongings there or anything.
If they did, they didn't come to me.
Wow. All right. Well, I mean, again, I don't know what your legal obligation is, but I mean, we'd be more than happy to pay that month's rent. Um, if we can come up, check the place out, maybe stay there. Like I said, I'm just trying to set his fiance's mind at ease. The police seem to think that he may have just like gone on a hike and just never come back. Unfortunately, I'm sure that kind of stuff like that happens.
Yeah, that is a shame. He seemed like a nice fella, but unfortunately, the desert's not very forgiving.
No.
So it happens more than I'd like to think about. I'll tell you what, if you're willing to pay the rent for the cabin for October, I suppose I could let you stay there for at least to the end of the month, which is only like 4 days.
Right. How much would that be?
$410.
$410. Done. Can we meet you out there or?
Yeah, do you know where the place is?
Um, do I have like rough directions or whatever from Jessica or like an actual address?
Yeah, it's not really an address so much as like a rural route, but it's up Highway 95 a little ways, and then there's a road that cuts off to the west, goes up the mountain. It's only one road, so you can't really miss it.
Yeah, I got some directions from his fiance. Um, Unless it would be easier to follow you up there. I mean, yeah, we can meet you up there.
Yeah, give me about an hour, and I'll meet you guys up there.
Sounds good. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, no problem.
$410.
Felix has got that.
Oh, okay, because I've got some money from but I'll use Felix's money before I use Jennifer's money.
Oh, I forgot you got that
Yeah,
advance.
she'd given me she'd given me a $1,200 advance on the.
Yuri's got middle class lifestyle as well, so he's probably got the money too.
We'll have to talk to Lynch about getting some fat stacks.
Lynch never helps us with anything. I wouldn't expect much. So I wonder why this guy James has been renting cabin for 3 months. Seems suspicious.
Yeah, that seems like a long time. I mean, he was working on finishing his book. I don't know how long
I mean,
it takes to.
it takes a while to write a book.
Yeah.
Unless you're Stephen King, then you can crank out 6 in a year.
So yeah, so we'll head out unless you guys need anything you want to do here. First, we'll head out. About how long would it take us to get there to the cabin?
Um, it takes pretty close to a half an hour.
Okay.
The road's pretty windy.
All right, so we've got a few minutes if anyone needs to do anything before we go. Use the bathroom or.
Yuri can hold it.
Yeah, I guess I use the bathroom.
He's gonna get an extra large soda from Whammy Burger.
Wait. Are we going to get, so what was the thing we didn't got last time in the store? Twinkies for the trip.
You want to pick up some Twinkies?
I mean, I don't know. They kind of sound like a bad omen right now.
Yeah, so we won't get any Twinkies, but we'll yeah. So if we don't need to do anything else, yeah, we'll just head up there to the cabin.
All right, so you're heading out to the cabin, and roll perception, Mick. please.
Yeah, dog.
So you see a familiar face as you're exiting the parking lot for the hotel.
Ooh. Okay.
Well, at least you think it's a familiar face. You didn't get that good of a look at him, but you're pretty damn sure you just saw Buddy.
Really?
Like you'd probably put $20 if that was him.
Okay.
That's how sure you are.
All right. What's he doing?
He's pushing a shopping cart full of cans.
Hang on a second, guys. Um, I I want to follow him for like for like a little bit, like not like a whole long time or something. But I mean, what's he doing? He's just walking along.
Yeah, he seems to be walking along, muttering to himself every now and then. Every once in a while, he'll see something on the ground that catches his eye, and he'll stop, pick it up. Some of it he throws in his cart. Some of it he just tosses back down. Doesn't really seem to be any rhyme or reason why he's doing it.
Okay. Hey, buddy.
He kind of looks up, startled, kind of looks around.
Over here. I'm gonna wave.
He kind of hesitantly waves at you, like he's maybe not sure who you are, but you're
Mhm.
waving, so he's gonna wave back.
Right. I'm gonna approach him like casually, not like I'm not running up to him or I don't want to appear threatening in any way. I'm just gonna. As I get closer, do I have any idea that this is actually Buddy?
I mean, it looks like him. It kind of, if you get close enough, it definitely smells like him.
Hey, how you doing, buddy?
I, yeah, good, good. I think.
Yeah, yeah. So, what you up to? A little far from home, or
I'm on vacation.
you're on vacation? That's Do you remember? Do you remember me?
He kind of squints at you a little bit, and then very emphatically shakes his head and said, "Nope."
Yeah, we had met like Make me go back all the way to page one of my notebook. Where my buddy notes at?
It's been a couple of months. It was back in Indianapolis. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure.
Yeah, Indianapolis. There's over by the warehouses. Remember we were talking about the guys. Remember the guy with the mustache and stuff? There was a big mustache guy. The guys in the suits.
Yeah, you see like this spark of recognition in his eyes, like the CIA.
Yeah, yeah, the CIA. They were.
He leans in close.
Yeah.
He leans in real close and
Oh.
whispers, "Gotta keep moving so they don't track you."
Gotcha. Yeah, yeah. How's the how are the teeth? You still we still talking radio here?
Got rid of those.
Oh boy. Well, you're a couple
And
decades too
he
early for
opens
so
his
much.
mouth wide to show you, and yeah, it looks like he's done some home dentistry
Oh, buddy.
on a couple of his molars.
Oh, buddy. Well, how long you gonna be how long you gonna be in town for, buddy? How long is your vacation here? I know you got to keep moving, but you're gonna be around for a while.
He shrugs and says, "I'll be here as long as I can." He stops. It looks like he's listening to something that possibly only he can hear, and then he just kind of starts shuffling away again.
Hey, buddy, before you go, hey, listen. Here's $20. Um, you see or notice or hear anything like strange going on around town? Like, have you seen the CIA around here?
Not here.
Not here.
It's safe. It's safe for now.
Safe for now. All right. Buddy, where are you staying? Where can I find you if I want to, maybe bring you a sandwich or something?
I got a place by the overpass.
By the overpass? There are a lot of overpasses around town.
Really, there's just the main one where Interstate 80.
Okay.
Well, there's two. There's the one Interstate 80 cuts into the main road there, Second Street, and then there's kind of an overpass where 95 crosses under I-80.
All right. And I'm like Yuri. I'd like you to meet a friend of mine. This is I'm calling him. I call him Buddy. He's Buddy, would you say we're good friends at this point? I mean, we vacation in the same places,
He shrugs a little bit.
Yeah. This is my friend. This is my friend Yuri. Yuri, this is Buddy.
Good to meet you.
And
So
I want to
just to
kind of
paint
give like a raising an eyebrow like thing at Yuri, try into like like
Yeah.
is there anything you can like get off of like this weirdo?
Sure. Let me peek into his brain here a bit. I have the feeling this guy's paranoid about being mind read.
He very
so I'll do it. Anyways.
Well, you think you see a hint of tinfoil peeking out from under his cap.
Actually amplifies the brainwaves.
Right, everybody knows you got to use molybdenum foil.
It's saran wrap. Yeah, can I probe this guy?
You can try.
Alright, should I roll strength? Or I guess it's the same roll.
You get absolutely nothing off of Buddy. I mean, it's like if you try to read a cinder block.
Would you say it's similar to the to that time that I almost got taken along for a ride?
No, I wouldn't say that at all.
Oh, it's just that he's blocking me.
There's just, as far as you can tell, there's nothing there. Like if you're reaching out with your mind and trying to find like living things, it would just pass over Buddy like he was a potato or a cinder block.
So, I mean, is it kind of the same experience as the black kid in the last one? Or just nothing here?
No, it's just nothing. Like you just can't. Like you see him standing there, but when you reach out with your mind, it's like it's not finding anything. Like there's no one there.
All right, Yuri's gonna pull his hand back and shiver a little bit. I think we should.
All right, well, Buddy, it was good to see him. Like I say, I mean, if I've got an extra sandwich or something later, I'll swing by the overpass, just see how you're doing. All right, buddy.
He nods a little bit, and then this kind of weird look passes over his face for just a second, and he looks you dead in the eye, which is kind of unusual because he doesn't really make a lot of eye contact.
Yeah.
And he says, "Be careful." strange things out in the desert. And then he starts shuffling away again, stopping to stoop and pick up cans and various other detritus off the ground.
Okay. All right. As he wanders off and we head back to the car, I'm just gonna look at the. It's like, guys, I no longer believe in coincidence.
You no longer what?
Believe in coincidence. No such thing. The day I met Lynch was the first day I met this guy in Indianapolis. And he was talking about the CIA and radios in his teeth and stuff, and he was I mean, I was just looking for some information. I was trying to track something down, and I was just hoping maybe he had seen someone. And he was, at first I thought his information was kind of useless, but I mean, it was a little helpful. And but I never expected to see him again, let alone here in Winnemucca. Yuri, did you get anything off of him?
No. And no, in a way that I would not even look at the living person. I did not know what he was, but he was not normal, we could say.
Do I have any of his DNA on me? Well, he like cough or just, like get too close and like slime me or something? I can give to like Vanessa or Felix. Here, analyze this.
No, he didn't spit or shed on you or anything.
One of the things that he picked up and put down, I mean, this is probably like completely a dead end. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it for now, but one of the things that he picked up and put down, I do want to carefully pick it up and just like put it somewhere so that like, maybe we get fingerprints off of it later. Like I said, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this like dead end here, but just for...
Yeah, all right. You pick up like an old soup can that he looked at for a minute and then dropped.
Okay. All right, buddy soup can. Let me just write that down. And then, okay. All right, so I guess we'll head to the cabin. And remind me when we get back into town to pick up like not Whammy Jr., but something good. Buddy probably needs some decent food.
I don't know about that.
Well, I mean, monsters got to eat too, though, right? I'm not saying he's a monster, but this is weird. He's weird.
Yes.
All right, everybody can see a map with cabin marked on it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, and you see Winnemucca down there in the lower right-hand corner, so you should be able to extrapolate how it fits together.
Yep.
Awesome. Well, they took the liberty of highlighting the road. It leads by this quarry here.
Okay.
And then it continues up the mountain. There's really not much out here. There's a couple of little buildings, couple of houses, but just a lot of nothing. Except at the top of the mountain, you're not quite sure what else might be up there because you're not quite there yet. You can continue on down the road past the cabin to find out. But you do see like a couple of large antenna towers.
Okay. Are we currently ahead of schedule?
How do you mean?
Before meeting Withers.
It's probably just about right.
Okay, well we can check out further down the road a little bit later then. But I definitely do want to check for things further down the road. All right, well, we'll go to the cabin unless you guys want to continue down the road a little bit and check the towers out if they spark anyone's interest.
I think we can check that out later. Just head up to the cabin. Maybe peek around before Withers gets there.
Okay.
All right, as you drive up, you figure out pretty quickly that cabin really isn't the right word for this building. It's pretty good sized building, 2 stories. I mean, it's a nice looking place from the outside.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a kind of a late model Toyota Camry parked in the driveway.
Hey, good choice.
But aside from that, and like I said, the building looks kind of nice. There's really not anything unusual looking that you can see.
In my notes from the setup for this cleave, I've got car scribble at cabin. Did she tell me that he left his car at the cabin? Like
I
his car
think
was still
so,
there?
yeah.
Yeah, that's what I have written down.
But since you keep notes and I really don't, if your notes say car at cabin, I'll just assume that that was probably a thing.
Okay. Can I tell
Yeah,
him
mine
it's his
just
car?
car was left at the cabin. Is what I wrote down.
I should really write neater in my notes, especially if I know you're not keeping notes. My notes should be a little neater.
Well, I probably should keep notes. I just can't quite convince myself to do that yet. You can tell the car is actually. Give me a perception check again, everybody.
Mhm.
All right, it's pretty clear that the car's been there for a while. There's a pretty good layer of dust on it.
Okay.
Kind of like, somebody parked it on a mountain in the desert for 3 weeks.
What can Yuri tell us about the car?
It is no Lada, that's for sure.
Hey, I meant to show you a picture of it, or maybe I did, but I found a picture of a Lada with a Adidas stripe on the side.
Oh man, I want it.
All right, you guys have been there maybe 10 minutes. Is there anything else you want to do before?
Yeah, just a general like sweep of the area. Just looking around, looking inside the car. I mean, if it's not unlocked, just through the windows.
All right, it's not unlocked, but there's not much in there. There's a little change in the ashtray, a couple of candy wrappers on the floor, road map, road atlas of Nevada. Where else are you looking in the car?
It is locked, right? You said it was not unlocked.
No, it's not locked.
Oh, it's not locked. Yeah, let's take a look in the. I want to grab the map and the atlas. Take a look in the glove box, and if we can pop the trunk. Are the keys in there? Like look on the visor under the floor mat.
No, the keys aren't in it, but you can open the glove box and you can pop the trunk, no problem. The glove box has, of course, the registration, insurance information. This is James Avery's car.
Okay.
There's really nothing in the trunk except for the spare tire and jack.
Nothing under the spare tire.
Nope.
Is the cabin door open?
It's locked.
Okay.
I want to pop the hood really quick. I close everything else up, but I do want to pop the hood and take a look under the hood.
All right. What are you looking for?
Just any sign of like any sign of like sabotage, like did someone like pull off the distributor cap or.
All right. Roll like maybe intelligence and mechanic, or I think there's a mechanic skill.
Yeah, I don't have a mechanic skill personally, but I can roll.
All right, you can do like you can either do intelligence or you can do perception, but at -2.
I'll do the intelligence.
All right, everything looks pretty normal to you. I mean, you're not really a car guy, but it looks like when you pop the hood of your own car, more or less.
Right. So there's no like hanging wires or look. It doesn't look like anyone like visibly like intentionally fucked with this thing to the point where I could just notice it.
No, not at all.
Just like a quick scan of the engine compartment, like nothing like stuff down in there or nothing like hidden. Like if I like just kind of poke around the sides or anything.
Not that you can tell, no.
Okay. Do Yuri? Do we still have that? Didn't we make a or purchase a an RFID detector thingy? Did we bring that
Hmm.
with our gear?
No, I do not think so.
Maybe Felix brought it. He doesn't look good. I probably shouldn't have made him eat that second whammy junior. I pat him
Yeah,
on the head.
he came out here to Nevada with you, but he's hanging out at the hotel. He's
Okay.
just not
All
feeling
right.
well.
All right. Um, let me check my email real quick. Not that's out of character. I wonder if he mailed me again with an update on his status. But okay, yeah. So we'll just wait for unless someone Yuri, you were checking around the cabin. But aside from that, I'm done looking at things.
Yeah, if it's locked and nothing seems suspicious outside, then I'll just wait.
All right, so right basically as soon as you close the hood, you see a pickup truck driving up the road, and it pulls into the driveway, kind of behind James's car, so it's not blocking you in. Guy gets out and he says, "Hi, you Mick Delane?
That's me. I reach out.
Hey, Mike Willie,
Shake his hand.
Mike Withers. We talked on the phone. I guess I'll show you the inside, see if you're still interested."
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
I'll be right back.
Sure. So the diagram on top is the floor plan of the first floor. Second floor is on the bottom. Like I said, cabin didn't really do it justice. This is a pretty good sized place.
Right. So looking around at first, like a just initial reaction, I'm just like trying to keep my eyes open for like any signs of anything off. Like I'm not doing like a full investigation here, but like signs of like any sort of scuffle, struggle, anything obvious that sticks right out. Because I'm like, while this guy's sitting here, I'm not going to start snooping.
Roll perception for me again.
Mm-hmm.
All right, nothing looks really out of place. Um, you can't tell that anything has been like damaged, or you don't see any signs of struggle or anything like that. You do notice a small empty vial
Mm-hmm.
with a screw top and an empty shot glass on the coffee table, though.
Okay. A vial with a screw top and a shot glass. Okay.
And I mean, the bed isn't made in the main bedroom on the main floor. When you get to the second floor, that's where it looks like maybe James was doing his writing. Of course, the desk is kind of a mess.
He's still got like notes and papers and all sorts of other stuff there.
Oh yeah, definitely. They're scattered around, pinned to the wall. Uh, Mike Withers, he's like, "I apologize about the mess. I didn't know anybody. I didn't know that. I didn't know I didn't know James wasn't staying here anymore. If you'd like, I can have somebody clean it up for you. Have the place ready for you tomorrow."
No, that's fine. We'll take it as is. I mean, as I was saying, I'm trying to I'm trying to settle some stuff for his fiance. I mean, we'll take care of the car, we'll get it back to the family and the rest of his belongings and stuff. We'll take care of it. I appreciate that though.
All right, well, suit yourselves. He gives you a business card with his number on it.
Okay.
He says, if you have any problems, let me know. The place does kind of have a bad smell, by the way, because the trash hasn't been emptied in like 3 weeks at least.
Right. That's fine. Yeah, we'll take care of all this.
I'm back.
All right, well, if there's anything else I can do for you, just let me know.
Will do. Thank you, Mr. Withers. Shake his hand again. I give him my card. I tell him like where we'll be staying if we're not up here. Is there a phone here?
There is a phone.
Okay. I'll be like, if you can't reach us here, you can reach us at the Winnemucca Ramada. And like I said, we'll get this place straightened up a bit so that we can get his belongings back to his family.
All right, well, like I said, if you need anything, give me a shout. And he takes off.
Okay.
So, should we go through his stuff?
Yeah. I'm gonna go through the garbage as well.
That is a really unpleasant task.
Yeah, I know, but I want to see if he's got anything in there that might, any sort of clue. I know the garbage is gonna suck, but I've spent time with Buddy, not a lot of time, but I think enough time that I could probably handle some garbage.
All right, you don't find anything of use in the garbage. It's mostly beer bottles and food trash,
Okay,
coffee
yeah.
grounds, that sort of thing.
And I'll take it out once I'm done looking through it.
All right, Yuri's gonna look through, look through his notes, maybe his like the book that he was writing. See if there's anything like that indicates what he was doing before he went missing.
All right, you flip through some of the notes. A lot of it seems to refer to audio cassette tapes of interviews with people. Mostly what's there is stuff that's totally available by the Freedom of Information Act. You don't
Is there
really
anything
find...
missing that I would know?
No, it doesn't look like anything's missing. In fact, it doesn't look like anybody's been here since, since last time James Avery was here.
So this isn't a good sign for James Avery, but I mean, he may have just gone missing. As unlikely as that may be, but I mean, it doesn't look like anyone's trashed the house looking for anything. However, that vial with the screw top and the shot glass, nobody touch that with your bare skin. Don't touch that.
Oh, it's like a pill jar, or a pill.
It's just like a small glass vial.
Like if I get up close to it, is there any like liquid residue in there? Like, did he put the screw top back on?
The screw top is off of it, but if there was any liquid left in it, it's evaporated long since.
Any sort of like, I might be asking questions outside of my skill set, but I mean, is there any like dried residue in the
Yeah, sure. It looks like maybe there's a drop. It looks kind of like a water spot.
Hey, this is
kind of down to the
this
bottom.
Brian Solis's warehouse or wheelhouse.
Yes, it would be.
Something W house.
Vanessa, if you can collect that, I'd like maybe you and Charles to like check it out for that DMZ stuff. That's why I don't want anyone touching it. I don't know. Yuri, you between the two of you, I mean, you guys know more about substances.
If I can eat it, I may know more, but I am no biologist.
All right, everybody roll perception one more time, please. I know that's my favorite roll and it's getting old, but
Nah, man, I like perception. Perception's a good thing to roll. Once I find my character sheet again. There it is.
all right, Yuri, you noticed something slightly under the sofa. You can't really tell what it is, but there's definitely something. It looks like it might have been kicked under there by accident.
All right, I'll get down and pull it out.
You pull out a video camera.
Oh yeah, perhaps it's footage for Die Hard 2.
Are you gonna watch the Die Hard through the viewfinder? If we don't have a VCR at the hotel.
Well, it just so happens there's a VCR here in the living room.
What
All right,
time?
yeah.
What time does the VCR say?
12 o'clock. Why would it say anything else? In fact, it tells you repeatedly that it's 12 o'clock.
Yuri will pop out the tape and put it in the VCR.
All right, you quickly notice, as videotapes were back in the day, it's too small for the VCR. But you're like a electronics guy, right? You figure you could probably take the AV cables from the VCR and hook them up to the video recorder and probably see what happened.
There's my electronics.
Yeah,
I wired the shit out of it.
you put it in surround sound, IMAX.
You've invented Blu-ray.
All right, give me 1 second here, guys. I'm gonna link you to a video. That I thought I had pulled up, but I guess I closed it. Oh, I guess you could just watch it right there in Discord.
Was it supposed to start at like 45 seconds?
It was not. Sorry.
I'm sorry.
Oh, FYI, Rennie, if this little chemistry experiment goes sideways, I want you to finish my book and dedicate it to me.
Okay. Be a terrible book.
Might be a terrible book anyway. We're not actually doing anything illegal here.
Whoa, you look so weird, dude.
Shut up.
No, just kidding. What to say? Do you feel anything? No?
No, I don't feel anything yet. Hey, I don't want to see myself doing some weird drug on YouTube.
Well, if you do anything remotely funny, I might actually save it.
Don't fuck with me, Rennie.
So if nothing happens, are you gonna just make something up for your book? Where's it coming from?
is that? Wait. What if it's coming from something nearby? Do you think someone's here? Like this, we should call someone. Just with the chemical, remember I took that. We don't. Oh, fuck, Rennie. What? It's coming towards the house. What is it? I don't know.
Ah.
Now, what do you want me to do with it?
Just, I don't trust myself to take accurate notes while I'm on the chemicals, so this little guy is 150 milligrams of specially enhanced dimethyltryptamine, DMT-19. Supposedly impossible to find, but here I have it.
Where'd you get it?
Ah! That is creepy as shit.
Yeah, it is. Let me turn my mic back down. My headphones. Wow. Okay.
Well, I'm glad you guys were able to see that without trouble. Then that's
Yeah.
good.
Yep.
Wow. So, yeah. All right. That's why I didn't want anyone touching the shot glass or the vial. Okay.
Is that radio still here?
That radio is exactly where it was on the videotape. Yeah.
I think Yuri's gonna go inspect it.
It looks like a radio. In fact, it looks so much like a radio. This might be the most radio-looking thing you've ever seen.
Just what I feared. Their technology is so superior, it looks just like ours.
All right. Well, I no longer think he was eaten by a coyote. Not that I was really leaning in that direction anyway.
Skinwalker.
Do we know who his friend was?
Randy? And what's a YouTube?
I think it is.
Nick gets a character point. Pretend he said America's Funniest Home Videos.
Okay.
I think it is proof that it's no longer straight, but bent.
All right. I want to. Can I find like? Is there a sandwich bag there, or just like a plastic bag that looks like it's fairly clean?
Yeah, you look in one of the drawers in the kitchen, you find some sandwich bags and stuff.
Okay. I want to bag the. I want to bag the vial and the shot glass because we can bring that back to Felix, and Felix and Vanessa could do some. I mean, he told us what it was if he's right, but yeah, it might be useful to keep that.
Is Randy also missing?
You haven't heard anything about it, and his name is Rennie.
Oh, Rennie.
Rennie.
Yeah, sorry, the audio was a little quiet on that. Also, when I don't know if you guys picked up on it, but when Rennie asked where he got it, where James got the substance, he said some friends in Colorado.
Isn't that where the book or the hand is operating out of? I don't even know if my character would know that.
No, their main base is in New Mexico, but you probably wouldn't know that.
Okay.
Hey guys,
Hey,
Martin,
how's it going? Sorry, I guess I got the start time wrong, but I just got home anyway, so.
not a problem. Did you watch that video I linked?
The sex offender shuffle? Yeah, I did.
No, the one I just linked a few minutes ago that
Okay,
we
no,
were all just talking about. All right, that's cool because you're not here anyways. You're
Okay.
back at the hotel, kind of not feeling well. That's how we handled that.
Okay, yeah, I was out last night, sex offender, much. I get it.
But you've made a miraculous recovery. You're feeling much better now.
all right.
Okay, so can we go outside and see if there's any footsteps or footprints or anything from that creature in the movie?
You can absolutely go outside and look around.
Okay.
In
Well,
fact, you don't have any trouble identifying the exact window that they were standing in front of, and you find nothing.
rats.
Not even those.
Looking around the rest of his personal effects and stuff. I mean, do we have the keys to the car?
You find them. They're hanging on a hook
Okay.
near the kitchen.
All right. I want to. No, I don't. I'm paranoid. So paranoid, man. Cleve, you've made me so paranoid. Um,
That's my job.
I was gonna call Felix from the phone here, but now I was just like, as I'm reaching for it, I'm like, I'm not using this phone to fucking call Felix and tell him what we found. Fuck that shit. um. All right, I want to yoke up all of his notes and stuff. Like, guys, let's grab everything we can find as far as like notes, um, other personal effects. Definitely the video machine thing you just did, the Blu-ray you invented. Anything that looks pertinent, and I want to, except for the garbage, and I want to. Maybe we should head back to the hotel and get Felix. And then Felix and Vanessa can maybe check this other stuff out, see what Felix thinks of the videotape.
Yeah, I think probably try and track down his friend Rennie
Yeah.
and maybe figure out who the friends in Colorado were. Maybe your crush would know more about that.
Yeah.
Because if push comes to shove, we can just do drugs up here and figure out what creature gets summoned and then shoot it.
We'll definitely have to get some guns first. I don't want to call any creatures to us until until we meet our fixer.
All right, you can find a box or something to put all the notes and whatnots in.
Okay.
That's not a problem. Of course, as you're looking for something like a box or whatever, all the clothes are still in closets. The laundry's still in a hamper, that kind of thing.
Right. Okay. I looked through the laundry really quick too.
It's dirty laundry, man.
Okay.
Want to sniff it too?
Nope. Is there like a cool shirt or something I can give to Buddy?
Nope. I mean, there's shirts.
Like a T-shirt
They're-
that says something funny?
No, not really.
Oh damn! I was gonna give it to Buddy. All right, so box up his notes, his books. You said he had mentioned like something in the notes, or there were like audio cassettes. Are there audio cassettes there?
Yeah, they're like little mini cassette things. There's a mini cassette player there.
Okay,
Recorder.
yeah. Grab all that. Yeah, anything that looks like it was his that's got like information on it. Like I'm not taking his laundry. I'm not taking his his toothbrush or anything. But I mean like any papers he had there.
No toothbrush. How are you going to get his DNA?
All right, I grab his toothbrush. I put that in a plastic baggie. I put that in a sandwich baggie as well, just in case Felix
All right.
needs this. Pull a couple of strands out of a hairbrush. And we'll take both cars back if the Camry starts.
Yeah, it's a little hesitant, but it does start. And you get back to the hotel uneventfully.
Felix, you gotta see this video.
Felix might have had a relapse. Martin, you still it looks like he's muted and deafened.
Yeah, I just
Yeah,
let
yeah,
him
yeah,
in there.
yeah. Oh, he's busy watching the.
Okay.
All right, well, it's pretty short, so.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, you show him the video, obviously.
Okay. Yeah. That was a little terrifying at the end there.
Yeah, that's how we all felt.
All right, so upon watching the video, Dr. Felix, you recognize that the language being spoken over the radio was German.
Yes, I definitely recognize that.
You also know, because you know German, that what it was saying was C1 H1 in 1703.
Okay.
And then the monster came and ate the people, apparently.
N73.
In 17, like 1-7.
Perhaps this is chemical formula.
Assuming you're sharing that with the rest of the group, I'm not sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
By the way, does anybody want to catch Martin up on exactly what's going on here?
We're on Operation Burning Gorgon.
Okay.
This girl I had a crush on in high school came to me, and she was like, "Hey, my fiance is missing. He's been missing for 3 weeks. Can you maybe find him? I heard you do stuff like that now." And I was like, "Man, you're still hot." And then she mentioned that he was writing a book about MK Ultra and stuff like that. So after getting a little bit of information from her, I called Lynch to see if Lynch knew anything about MK Ultra or James Avery. If it was like, did they kidnap him or something? I couldn't get Lynch, but they were like, please hold, and they gave us an operation and told me that the team was being assembled. We went. Lynch was not helpful, aside from the fact that he's like giving us a mission here. But I mean, he had no extra information on MK Ultra that we couldn't get from Freedom of Information stuff. We don't have weapons. We've got a fixer coming to meet us tomorrow who can hook us up with guns and shit. We did bring any regular equipment we could bring on a plane. We took a regular plane. We took a regular flight. We flew first class. You were in coach. No, I'm kidding. We've already made contact with Sheriff William Williams at the police department, and since we're actually investigating a missing guy that I've actually been hired to investigate, I'm just like, yeah, I'm here, Mick Delane. I'm investigating the guy's fiance, who's said he's missing. What else? I ran into an old homeless friend of mine from Indianapolis who is absolutely fucking batshit crazy, and he's here in Nevada. And
it's not a human, apparently.
Yeah, I had Yuri like mind read him or whatever, and that was not
normal.
Yeah.
Okay. And then where are you guys at now?
We went to the cabin. We're renting the cabin that the dude was renting. He had it through the end of December. But again, like I'm investigating this guy's missingness. So Michael Withers owns the cabin. So I told him we'd pay the October rent since it's missing, and we're gonna.
You didn't say I would pay the rent.
You kicked in.
Okay.
Yeah. And we looked around. We found the vial and the shot glass that you saw in the video. I've got that in a plastic baggie, like a sandwich bag. I don't know if you can do fingerprints, but I've also this is like completely like side quest nonsense. But I also have a fingerprint I might want you to run just quickly later if you can do something like that. Of Buddy, my homeless friend. But I've got the substance. We've got all of his notes.
Okay, cool. So we got some evidence and good to go.
Yeah. And I didn't miss anything, right? That was pretty much a nutshell.
Oh, that was a good summary.
Okay.
All right.
Yuri invented Blu-ray?
I did, yes.
Yuri's better than I thought. Electronic stuff.
No, he was hooking up the video recorder with the tape in it to the TV and rolled awesome.
Yeah, like a 16 or something.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
17.
Yeah, close enough.
All right, so Felix, I mean, can you and Vanessa get us anything off of the, it's like there seems to be some sort of dried up trace of that DMT-19 stuff, the menthol tryptoline stuff. Oh, okay, yeah, no, this all right. So in the dude's journal, like chapter 13 was called Banshee, and apparently the people who took the stuff that that we saw him take in that video reported a malicious presence upon taking that particular strain of the of the drug, which is why chapter 13 was titled Banshee. That's kind of like the name that people on this drug have given to it.
Okay, so this is his diary, basically?
Yeah, it's a journal. He was writing a book on it, so these are his notes and his journal.
Okay.
Yeah. We've got audio tape from when he was interviewing people, and we need to find out who this Rennie guy is.
Okay, is the audio tape?
We haven't listened to any of the audio tapes yet. Yuri hooked up that video so he could watch Die Hard, and then we got our minds blown by the video.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, and Felix. Welcome to the party, pal.
Okay, Jeff. Okay. I guess I will take like some samples and start doing the test on the residue.
Okay. Samples are what?
Couldn't you just ask if I could do some tests on the residue?
Yeah, the DMT-19. I mean, I don't know that like I don't I know nothing about this type of stuff. I just grabbed it because I figured Felix might.
Yeah. So
I
yeah,
mean,
we want to do a chemical analysis and confirm that it. First, we want to confirm that it is exactly what we think, what we expect it to be, and if it's not, then we figure out what to do next.
Okay. So what do I roll, biology or research?
Research is more like an extended task. So,
I have
uh,
a. Sorry to jump in, but I'm a specialist in chemistry.
yeah, I was about to say chemistry would probably be a lot more what you're looking for here.
Okay, then okay. If you need any help, I guess I can
Yeah, yeah,
help you
yeah.
out.
That's my science focus. So
Okay, and I guess I will help you out to make it faster. Or Hans working on that.
okay. Um, so okay, so we're gonna stay here and do this. Do I have equipment with me basically to be able to test this stuff? I don't really know what it takes to test the
Yeah,
chemical analysis.
you brought some testing equipment with you.
Okay. Yeah, then I definitely want to try to run. Like I said, I want to verify that this is specifically what we would expect as a kind of purified DMT. It's the
All right,
digital.
so you run your gas chromatograph, whatever, and yeah, this is exactly DMT-19. But it's got a little something extra in it, like a little spike at the end of the gas chromatograph that you're not familiar with.
Okay. So unidentified though.
Yeah, as of right now, it's really hard to isolate it with not having a lot of it and it being already mixed in with, you know, the
Okay.
DMT-19.
Um, as far as DMT-19 goes, did we do any research on that before we left, or do we know, about, specifically why is it? What is the 19 part?
I just linked the website, the Wikipedia link for it.
Oh, okay. Now, so that's just the generic term for DMT. Then is DMT-19.
Yeah, it's the more scientific chemistry term for it.
Oh, okay, cool. I just want to make sure.
I'm honestly not sure what the 19 is indicating.
yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have done any personal research on it myself, hoping that Felix would know stuff. I mean, I would have looked it up on the internet if that was a thing. But when it does become a thing, I bet you this YouTube or whatever is going to be a smash hit.
So then we know where he got it from.
Those friends in Colorado. I'm going to call his fiance. I want to find out if she knows who Rennie is, and he mentioned something about some friends in Colorado,
Yeah.
and see if she knows anything about Rennie or some friends in Colorado.
So when it comes to then going back to the chemistry part, the sort of isolated, ambiguous molecules that are in there. I would basically know what to take, like the next steps to take, basically, which I don't know specifically. I'm not a chemist myself, but would I have to take him to a lab?
What you really need is like more of whatever it is.
Oh, it's just quantity. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it was like dried up in the bottom of that little vial, like one drop left, you know?
Okay. Okay. Cool.
So perhaps we take detour to Colorado later if we can find out who friends are.
Yes. Go party. Okay, and you guys already searched the house and everything.
Yeah, we've got all of his, notes and stuff. We got those.
not many leads besides the video.
No.
But we also should track down his friend Rennie.
Yes.
See if he is also reported missing, or maybe if we also should track down his friend Rennie.
Yes.
See if he is also reported missing.
And then
or
we
maybe-
have so we have the journal to follow, we have his friend, and we have the radio.
Radio is radio. You can listen to sportscast probably. But
C1H1 N17. Oof.
he sounds like chemical formula.
Does.
You know what? I said N17, but I think it's just N7. I'm sorry. That's my mistake. We're going to call it N7 because I'm pretty sure that's what it was.
Yeah, 17 bonds with nitrogen's kind of odd. That's a dabbling chemist character. But
So, what are we doing?
All right. I'm gonna call Jennifer.
no hanky panky on the call.
No hanky panky.
All right, she answers the phone.
Okay, I want to know. Can I maybe get some like contacts on I don't know, like a nearby college to like do some further research on the vial?
The nearest college is probably going to be in Reno, which is it's like 100 miles down the road. You can drive over there and check.
We may need to go to university in Colorado anyways.
Yeah. But the vial doesn't have enough material in it left after we did a quick test.
Okay, wait a minute. We are in Colorado. If my geographical, I mean mine, not Vanessa's, geographical knowledge is decent. Aren't we in like a desert zone?
What was the last part again?
Okay, so if we are near a desert, I kind of want to know if there is like people from the Royal Zoological Society nearby, because skin shifters that I can get like some contacts near here that might help me out with this.
Yeah, there's an RCS chapter out of Reno also.
What's RCS?
Royal Cryptozoological Society.
Okay, and then that being there, I will like call them. Give them like a simple explanation about this banshee thing, this mysterious presence. See if I can get like some lab equipment. Maybe go there, do some tests, come back here.
I mean, yeah, you could definitely contact them. They'll be more than happy to assist you however they can.
Excellent.
All right. So if I get Jennifer on the phone.
Yeah, and as soon as she realizes that it's you that's calling, she gets pretty excited, and she's like, "Yeah, do you know anything about James yet?"
Not yet. We're in Nevada. We went to the cabin. The car is still there. We got his car. We did find him talking with a friend of his on a videotape. We didn't actually get to see the friend. The friend was doing the recording. His
Actually,
friend's name
right
was
at the
Rennie.
beginning, right at the beginning, you can see his face.
Oh, you know what? I might not have skipped all the way back to the very beginning.
Yeah, it's like within the first 2 or 3 seconds. Anyway, she says she's Rennie. I think he mentioned maybe hanging out with the guy, having
So,
a couple of drinks with someone named Rennie.
all right, so he's not someone you know.
No, I thought he was someone local there.
Okay. And he mentioned he was trying some sort of substance that he had gotten from some friends in Colorado. Do you know anything about any friends he has in Colorado? Like anyone we might, does he have like old school friends that currently live in Colorado? To the best of your knowledge, like anyone might be interested in the same stuff he was writing a book on.
No, I don't think he actually knew anyone in Colorado, but uh, Friends in Colorado is the title of James's favorite book.
Hang on, I'm just writing that down. Friends in Colorado. Favorite book. Favorite. What sort of book is that, Jenny?
You know what? He asked me to read it once, and I tried. I thought it was really terrible. It was written by Thomas Rayburn, which is James's kind of hero.
Mm-hmm. Fiction, nonfiction.
Fiction, I think. It's a little hard to tell with Thomas Rayburn. You kind of recognize the name. He's sort of a Hunter S. Thompson wannabe kind of
Nice.
figure.
Okay.
Does a lot of drugs, gets in a lot of trouble.
All right. So if I recognize the name, like this is something I should be able to find at like a bookstore or library, if he doesn't already have a copy of the book at the cabin or in the stuff that we snatched up from the cabin, right? Probably.
Yeah, it's a pretty safe bet.
Okay. All right. Have you heard anything new yourself, Jenny?
No, I was kind of hoping you had.
All right. Yeah, I've got. Like I said, we've just started, really investigating this deeply. I'm sure you've already, the sheriff's mentioned that he's spoken to you. So I mean, we have nothing new aside from what what I just told you about. So we're gonna look further into this, Jenny. I don't want you to worry. I'll let you know as soon as we've got something else. I'll call you if I have any other questions about anything else we might turn up.
Okay, well, I hope you find him.
Yeah, just one more thing. Did he normally partake in like any sort of like drugs, like any sort of like DMT? Is
I mean,
that something he talked about? Did beyond like the occasional marijuana cigarette?
no, I mean we smoke an occasional joint together, but
Sure.
uh, aside from that, I've never known him to do any real hard drugs.
Okay.
Okay, wait, wait, wait. Okay, wait. We have to ask. Oh, fuck me. Okay, so no, forget it. Since we took a plane, I must not have drugs with me at the moment.
Yeah, you weren't gonna be able to get him on the plane, but
Yeah,
maybe if
yeah, exactly. I don't have any because I was thinking, okay, maybe I can get high here on the cabin and see what happens.
Well, we're not gonna. No one's gonna get high on anything until we have guns. Oh, well, no one's gonna get high on anything we find here.
No. I mean like weed. I was talking about weed because I do weed, but I don't have it at the
Oh,
moment.
weed. I'm sure we can. All we have to do is find a Martin Luther King Boulevard, and you can get some weed.
Yeah.
One of my bosses told me that once.
and that's racist.
That is kind of
That is
racist,
super duper.
You have to find what?
but that was her advice to me.
You have to find what?
She was black, and that's what she told me. She said, if you ever need to find weed in a strange city, find Martin Luther King Boulevard. You'll find it. And I was like, oh,
Yeah,
boy.
but in all fairness, MLK Boulevard is like the last place you typically want to be in any city,
Probably, yeah. But
Hmm.
all right. Well, anyway.
especially if you're of a lighter complexion.
Hey, Cleve. So Atticus University is in Colorado, right?
Sure, we'll
The
go
way
with
you
that.
say that makes me think it's not a.
It
Avenue.
makes it should make you think I have no idea because I never expected that to come up.
Yeah, I tried to Google Atticus University, and I think it took me to the film, so I stopped reading.
All right. Well,
But,
anyway, I'm
yeah.
gonna get Jenny off the phone. I mean, if there's nothing else she's heard, I've given her that, and we've got a lead sort of on Rennie. We just know he's not a friend from school or something, or a close friend.
Atticus University is in Ithaca, New York.
Okay. Then it's not his friends from Colorado, or not university related, presumably.
Actually, it looks like I might have to check out this movie though.
Yeah, actually, I kind of want to watch it now that I've seen this. Ever since Cloverfield, I've loved movies that do like the handheld camcorder style of filming. I don't know. Anyways,
Okay, so yeah, she doesn't know about any hard drug use or anything. I do like that you did the and one more thing, like your Columbo.
Hell yeah. All right, yeah. So I'll just get off the phone with her.
All right, what's next?
Yeah, I guess like I will call my R what RCS cell and tell them to help me out. Ask them to help me out.
All right, you call him up. You kind of give him a rundown of the situation. This whole banshee concept is not something they're familiar with as far as like drug use goes. Uh, but as far as they know, the banshee is like Irish folklore that would, wail at people before they died, kind of thing.
Yep.
So what else are you looking for from them?
Okay, basically, okay, so I don't know, I don't know, maybe like the weird ingredient in the drug, comes from Ireland, maybe, I don't know, and maybe they have some, let me search, like library, like a book library. I can do some research on banshees.
Yeah, I mean they have a pretty fair library there. They also suggest you might try the University of Reno.
Yep, I will like that.
Of course, they're going to have a much bigger library. At this point in the day, by the time you drive down there, most things are going to be closed, except it's Reno, so not really closed. Just like everything but like the casinos and hotels and restaurants are closed.
What time is it
Uh,
now?
wait, give me a second,
it is 12 o'clock, and Yuri points to the VCR.
Hello, no.
It was about 4:30 when you went up to the cabin. It's probably 6 o'clock now.
Okay. I want to make a
Okay.
quick call to the sheriff, William Williams.
No, está ocupado, te puedo
All right.
I mean, if he's not there, I'm not going to track him down, but I'm just going to call and ask for Sheriff Williams.
Yeah, he's not in the office, but the receptionist lady is happy to forward your call to his home or whatever if you need it.
No, not necessary. I'll try and call him later. He gave me the case file, right?
Yeah, he made photocopies of it for you.
Okay.
Okay.
Looking through the case file, do I notice any mention of a Rennie?
Nothing about Rennie.
Me
Okay.
suena, me suena. Creo que la he escuchado. Ya, me avisan la fecha y caigo.
All right. Can we
Sábado.
maybe go to the sheriff and be just so we can ask some questions?
Dale, dale.
Or do we not want to do we want to try and track this guy down outside of Holy Self?
Yeah, I mean,
Alan,
I don't want to. I don't want to piss the sheriff off by calling him at home just to ask him if he knows who Rennie is. I figure our second lead. I mean, we can ask him in the morning. Our second lead on Rennie could be just going down to
okay.
Johnny's bar and seeing if maybe that's where he met Rennie. Is there a copy of Friends in Colorado and the stuff that we took from the cabin?
There is not.
Okay. We'll also need to hit a bookstore, Walden Books or something. I
Okay,
don't know if there'll be one in town, but
Yeah, we should pick up his favorite book for sure.
yeah, I mean there may be some.
Okay, so yeah, I got a phone call. Sorry. Hello?
And then what? Local bar? Did his fiance say where he usually hangs out?
Well, we knew from the sheriff that he hung out at Johnny's bar. You know, when he would come to town, he'd sometimes go to Johnny's bar. So hopefully we can find Rennie there, or just some other people who knew who he was, or might have something.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
Yeah,
I mean, it's getting to be bar time, so
sure.
it's gonna be wasted.
5 o'clock somewhere, right?
Yeah, yeah, sorry, I got a phone call. So okay, I would like to know, like, do you have like a research facility or something, like a small lab? I would like to, do like a further research on the sample. Maybe, stay the night there and on the morning do some research on the books.
They don't have like research like lab facilities in their building, but they can connect you with somebody over at the university. But the problem you're going to run into is that you don't have enough of the sample left to do any testing on. I mean, there was just like a little bit that was like dried up in the bottom of that little vial.
Yeah, so we got the most information out of it we could already. It's DMT plus a small amount of some other substance.
DMT plus is all you need. That's just smart branding.
Exactly.
DMT
Okay,
plus.
Okay, so I am going to guess. Okay, so I guess the first action is find a dealer, get it, get some drug and test it. But I will do like maybe like do some research on like, banshees, local folklore, and maybe like some like weird events that have happened in the past months or years regarding drugs.
Yeah, you can definitely do that.
I guess I will do that.
Is there a bookstore or a library in town if I just like scan through the yellow pages real quick?
Yeah, there's a small local library, and also there's a bookstore. Sure, why not?
Okay.
It's not a chain bookstore. It's like independently. It's like Bill's Books or something.
Sure. On our way to the Johnny's bar, I want to just see if I can grab a copy of the book.
They have many copies. Actually, they got like 4 copies.
Okay. All right, I'll buy a copy.
And no, it's not Bill Williams' bookstore. It's Bill Bixby's bookstore.
Bill Bixby's bookstore.
Yeah.
My
Could do
favorite
something
Martian.
at Incredible Hulk, you know?
After I buy the book, I just want to look at the author bio. Is there an author bio in the back or the front, or
There's a little blurb on the back cover, yeah.
say where he lives?
Actually, it does. And it turns out that he lives in Red House, Nevada.
Wait, we must look at every house painted red. Yuri starts looking up and down the street.
Well, maybe. It might be. We'll have to take a look at. I got the road atlas too from the car. We can take a look and see if there's a Red House, Nevada, nearby Yuri. Don't. Let's not go. Let's not go overboard. Oh, on our way someplace. I mean, can we drive past the overpass? Under the overpass?
Yeah, you can make an extra stop by the overpass.
Yeah, I don't necessarily want to stop at this point, but I mean, is Buddy there?
You don't see any signs of Buddy.
Okay, well, we can look again later.
He's probably out, buddying around.
Is there like a homeless community here, or?
Actually, no. This is a really small town. You're vaguely surprised that you saw a homeless person, much less that homeless people or drifters of any kind are tolerated well here.
They probably just ignore him because he's a non-person. Man, all right.
I doubt many people know that. Outside of me and the CIA.
Maybe they get shivers. Maybe they just like ignore him because like there's just something off about him. So he just like maybe he's like protected by somebody else's problem field.
Good reference.
Thank you. All right. So book. We looked for Buddy briefly. Yeah, I guess we'll head to. Was there something else we were thinking about doing before we head to Johnny's bar?
No, I think we just need to start tracking down people or drugs.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, Felix, you drive.
Okay.
While Felix is driving, I want to look through the road atlas and the maps that were in the Camry.
Sure.
And see if he's just got like if there's anything notated. I'll also look for Red House, Nevada. But see if he's got anything notated, like any notes, any circles he might have drawn on a page in the locality.
You don't find any notes or anything, but you do locate Red House without too much of a problem. It's maybe like 30, 40 miles away.
Okay. All right, so I guess we'll just go to the bar.
All right, so Johnny's Tavern is kind of a slightly... It looks like it used to be maybe a nice place, but, it's had enough beer spilled in it that on the floors that it's not quite as nice as it used to be. It's a little rundown. Country music playing on the jukebox. Looks like the place where people just go and have a quiet drink or two,
Right.
It's not really like a happening joint.
All right, I guess we'll go sit at the bar.
Yeah, there's room at the bar. There's only, maybe a half dozen people besides the bartender and a couple of waitresses.
Do we see Rennie? I didn't rewatch the very beginning to see if to look at him, but
You do not see anyone who looks like anyone you saw in a video, no.
okay.
Sitting at the bar.
Yeah, I'll order a beer and a whiskey.
So this is the address, not address specifically, but where the book author biography said he was located?
Yeah, Red House, Nevada.
Okay.
Oh, no, that's not what we're looking at here. This is the town we're in. I may have misunderstood your question.
Yuri's gonna order a hammer.
All right, the bar. You order your hammer, and the bartender's like, I don't think I know how to make one of those.
It's got the orange juice and vodka.
He's like, sure. A hammer coming right up.
I do not know why you name your drinks after tools, but a hammer was very tasty.
All right, so he fixes you your drinks.
I'm gonna I'm just gonna ask him. Hey, listen, I'm in town investigating a missing person, James Avery. Apparently, he used to come in here every now and then when he came into town to unwind, have a drink. Know him?
He says if he came in here, he never sat at the bar. I don't think I know him.
I show him photo 1 where he looks like he's drinking. That might help.
He's like, yeah, okay. Yeah, I've seen that guy a couple of times. Usually him and a buddy or two came set one of the tables. You might talk to one of the girls, see if they know anything more.
All right, thanks. I'm gonna leave him an extra couple of bucks on the bar under my glass there.
Did you ask him about the friend as well?
Hmm?
Rennie? Did you ask bartender about the Rennie?
No, I don't. No, I didn't mention Rennie.
Okay.
I don't know why I didn't do that. That would have been like, that was my whole fucking purpose, and I just.
But Yuri will ask about Rennie.
Okay.
He says, yeah, I know Rennie. I'm surprised he's not in here tonight.
Oh yes. I don't know. We are trying to get in touch. One of our friends hasn't checked in for a while, and he's a mutual acquaintance of Rennie.
Oh, he works at the video store, the audio video shop.
I must. Die hard. Yes. I will go over there and check. See if he's.
Yeah, you might check for him there. He might just be working late.
Very well. Thank you.
All right. So it sounds like Rennie has been here recently.
You call yourself a detective.
I know, right? That was like one of the. That was like the literally the second question on my mind when I go into the bar. I'm just like, yeah, you look at this picture. Yeah, okay, bye.
Well, that's it.
And thus ends the mystery of where James Avery could be. Let's go home, fellas.
Dead end.
Don't worry, Mick. Every time you make a mistake like that, you can just say, "I was possessed. I got possessed for a second." It's believable.
Yes, you got possessed by a luau.
Aside from that, I think I'm on top of my PI game today as opposed to our last mission. Mick has been doing a lot of reading as to like how private investigators actually work without necessarily talking to ghosts.
That's probably good. Mick did that eventually in his career.
Yeah. He was just like, I guess I can't rely on ghosts all the time.
Yeah. I'm just saying, they're all dead for a reason. Maybe somebody thought they were all assholes.
Yeah. Oh boy. That would have happened in Louisiana, man. I was that close to joining them.
Okay, so should we talk to the girls here, or do we have enough information to go on?
I think
We are here.
Yeah, we're here. The girls are here.
Do you not like talking to girls, or?
No, I've enjoyed it for a long, long time, my friend.
All right, you managed to flag down one of the waitresses. She's not bad looking, mid-20s, maybe late 20s.
Hey, girl. No, I don't do that.
Oh God.
I'm gonna show her the picture, and same thing. Like we're looking for a missing person. His family's like just very concerned, obviously, since he's missing. And you recognize this guy, James Avery?
she looks at the picture. She goes, "Oh yeah, Jim. We call him Jim. I think he doesn't like it much, but you know, yeah, I haven't seen him here in a while. I thought maybe he'd gone back home.
No, no. Unfortunately, unfortunately, hasn't made it back home yet. Um, what would he do when he What would he do when he came in here? Just a couple of drinks? Would he hang out with anybody in particular?
Oh, he'd come in, he'd get a couple of beers. Sometimes he'd come in by himself, but mostly it was him and Rennie that came in.
Hmm. Has anyone else ever come in asking about him or anything?
No, not till you fellas did.
And sheriff hasn't been in here asking, to the best of your knowledge.
No, if he did, it was when I wasn't on shift.
All right. Well, I've got no other questions for us. I'm just gonna be like, all right, thanks, darling, and I'll order another beer.
All right, you get another beer. Time music plays.
So you want to
I
go?
see.
Oh yeah, yeah. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, no.
No, no, I was just gonna say we should go. We should go see Remy.
Yeah, yeah. Um, and I'm gonna leave a fairly good tip with Felix's money. No, no, no. I've got some money. I'm gonna.
Sorry, I would have laughed, but it broke up at the end there. It heard Felix, and that was it.
Yeah, I know. Felix. I said I was gonna leave a good tip with Felix's money, but no, I've got a few bucks on me, so I'm gonna leave a $10 tip on the bar. Thank them, and yeah, we can go head out for the AV shop. Where's the AV shop? I'll ask the bartender on our way out. Where's the AV shop that Rennie works at?
Right here on this corner.
Okay.
You passed it coming into town, actually.
Right.
You've seen it.
Sorry, can you ping it again?
Sorry?
Can you ping it again?
Yeah, no problem. He's right there.
And where's the bar?
The bar is, say, here.
Okay.
So I lean over to Vanessa and I say, "Hey, should we go while they're talking to Remy? Should we go see what we can find out about this substance, or whatever this might be?"
I mean, you can tell if it is some sort of a chemical compound. It's definitely some sort of like organic thing. You can tell that because the carbon and the oxygen.
Yeah, but I mean, obviously, we don't know it ourselves from our own backgrounds offhand.
Right. This is not something you're overly familiar with.
Okay.
Am I marking the bar right?
I don't see where you've marked it.
Drawing it on the map. Can you guys see?
Oh, yeah, that's close enough. Sure.
Right. And then I'm sorry, where was the video store? Somewhere up here?
Up by. Yeah, right.
Right
yeah.
there.
Oh, right, that little red dot.
Yeah, like in that kind of north corner right above it.
Okay, so what did we hear on? Oh yeah, that.
It was 03.
Yeah, 03. Yep.
Okay, so what do I find in the Royal Historical Society facility on the books in the library? Did you find anything?
Oh no. So, sorry. Go ahead.
No, that's what I was asking.
Oh yeah, so we were just at this local bar trying to find out sort of what's going on, and we found out that Remy works down the street, who's the buddy of
James Avery.
James Avery. But I was thinking that if they go talk to Remy, we could go, do some scientific research on what this compound is, if it's a compound at all.
Okay.
You were just saying you wanted to do research before, so I was saying we do have a lead in that direction if you want to do some research.
Okay. Okay. I mean, but my research is in Reno because I have to go there.
Your research is in where?
Reno.
Reno.
Oh, I mean, it could be something where we could just, find the nearest, I don't know.
Yeah. I get you, and I think that's a good idea. Do this thing first. What else? Maybe we can do some research in like local Irish community if there is any.
Research in what? In what community?
Find out if there is like any local Irish community.
We just left the bar. That's fucked up. That's racist.
Yeah.
Good one. So, I mean, okay. So if there are banshees, if there is, okay. Let's say there is a banshee here. Banshees are Irish, and like the Irish Grim Reapers. So if taking into consideration the Irish migration, wouldn't the banshees have come with the Irish here? So maybe
I'm picking up what you're laying down. See if there's a community of Irish people that you guys could talk to about the Banshee.
A community of Irish people?
yeah.
Oh, was there something before that is that tied Irish people to banshees that I missed?
It's an Irish. A banshee is like an
It's
Irish
folklore.
thing. Yeah.
Okay, I just want to make sure I didn't miss anything specific. Okay, cool. Yeah, you think so? Sure.
I mean, the thing is, there's not really like an Irish part of town. You can go through the phone book and look for anybody whose name starts with Mick or O and call them up. But
Well, let's take our time. Yeah, let's just take our time now. I mean, we got to find a laboratory or somewhere that that could where we could find some books and stuff. I mean, we could obviously try the library itself, but
You could check into an Alcoholics Anonymous meeting. There's probably plenty of Irish people there. That's Yuri's opinion. All right.
Okay.
Did that hit too close to home?
no, not at all. Anyway, just something to think about. But we were heading out to go see Remy right now. Anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
so you guys are into the audio video shop.
Yeah.
All right, you get there. The guy who's working there, he's trying to sweep up and get things ready for closing. But the place is still technically open, so he, begrudgingly acknowledges you when you walk in the door.
Is it Rennie?
It is not.
Okay.
That's this kid looks like he's maybe like 17, 18 years old.
So is this like a Radio Shack AV kind of place, or is it like a video store like with
Yeah, it's more like a Radio Shack. They sell like all kinds of components and cables and radios, TVs, VCRs, transistors, diodes.
Okay.
Hey Yuri, while we're here, do we still have a tracker? We should have one of those, and a camera.
I brought the camera, and
Oh, good.
Yeah, and I did want to scan the car for any sort of like tracking.
We got the scanner still. Yep.
Yeah. So.
All right, yeah, your scanner didn't find anything on the car then.
Okay. Cool.
Mick, do you want to talk to this kid or?
Yeah, I can talk to him. Evening.
He's like, "Hey, welcome to Richard's AV Emporium."
Nice.
I am so bad with making up stuff on the fly.
No
At
worries.
least it wasn't a William variant.
I get that stuck in my head today for some reason. All right.
So you got a name tag on or anything, or no?
Say what?
So you have a name tag on?
No, he does not have a name tag.
Okay. It's like, yeah, I'm looking for Rennie.
He's like, "Yeah, me too. I'm covering his shift tonight because that bastard didn't show up for work."
When was the last time he did show up for work?
2 days ago.
Okay. Aside from Johnny's bar, you know if you got an address for him or anywhere he normally hangs out?
Well, I'm not really supposed to give out employees' home addresses.
Yuri will pull out a $20 bill.
And since the minimum wage at this point in time is, $4.15 an hour or whatever, he kind of lights up a little bit about that. And he's like, "Well, I'm not supposed to give out addresses or anything, but there's nothing that says maybe I didn't pull out the card with his number on it to give him a call to find out why he didn't show up and then leave it on the counter while I walked into the back to get something for you."
That sounds logical to me.
All right, he pulls out like this plastic box that's got some index cards in it. And he flips through them, puts one on the counter, and then says, "So, what can I get you from the back?" Mr. Klaus Mr. Klaus pays me on commission, or pays a commission bonus. So, if I could sell you guys something, that would help me out a lot.
Do you have maybe VCR/mini cassette player, high definition?
Well, they don't really make a combination, but yeah, we've got both of them in stock.
How much would that cost?
Well, we got a special on VCRs right now for $59.99. That's your basic high definition VHS, and I can throw in a. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying that. That's pretty good commission for you, no?
Yeah, not bad. And I could throw in like a mini cassette player for, we'll call it $13.99.
Okay. Yes, I will purchase this as well.
All right, he goes off in the back.
Do they have videotapes there? Like, already, like, do they have Die Hard 2?
No, they don't really sell movies.
Okay.
And I'm not sure when Die Hard 2 came out.
1990. I looked it up.
It's probably in theaters now. Maybe we go catch a movie tonight.
We're actually not far from Die Hard with a Vengeance. All right, so he's gone in the bag for a couple of minutes. I'm assuming you look at the card.
Yeah.
All right, it lists an address on West Bell Street.
I should probably try to keep my information together. West Bell Street. I'll put it under Rennie's name.
Say 555 West Bell Street.
And it's got a phone number?
It does have a phone number.
What's his phone number? Or if you want, I can just say I write down the phone number.
It's area code 555
Mm-hmm.
555
Mm-hmm.
1212.
Okay, I know. That's my number.
No, yours is 1122.
All right, so the kid comes back in a minute with a couple of boxes and rings you up, and it's like with tax, it's like $78.
Okay. Yuri's gonna try and rig up a little movie theater in his hotel room.
Excellent. You can probably pull that off. So you got an address, you got a phone number. What's next on the agenda?
So is it getting pretty late at this point?
That's like 8 o'clock. It's not like super late, but it's a small town. People aren't out and about really anymore.
Okay. Well, you guys want to swing by Rennie's place? Seems like our most promising lead.
Yeah, let's swing by Rennie's place.
All right, you find it without too much trouble. It's a pretty nondescript, one-story house, white vinyl siding. All the lights are off.
Okay. I'll go up and knock on the door.
All right, you knock on the door and you don't. Nothing happens. No one opens the door. Nothing. No one says, "Just a second," or "Go fuck yourself," or anything.
Oh, that's good. Hate
Is there any lights on?
myself.
No, all the lights are off.
Maybe we walk around back, see if anything's been any signs of forced entry.
All right, you go around back. Everything looks to be in order back there. It's a little dark. It's hard to see, but it doesn't look like there's no broken windows. You check the door, and it doesn't look like anybody's trying to pry it open or anything.
Oh, the door's locked.
Yes, door is locked.
Do any of us know how to lock things?
I
do
wish.
Yeah.
It's too
We're
bad
able,
you
to
had.
do we're able to do the fancy stuff, but like the little things, not so much.
We should see next time we're back at base. We should see if he's got like one of those automatic lock pickers.
What was that last part?
Those automatic lock pickers, those lockpick guns.
It's too bad you watched Die Hard instead of The Last Boy Scout, because then you would have known how to circumvent things like that.
I bet we could rig up an electric toothbrush if it was only like 2010 instead of 1990.
Oh, hey Felix. By the way, back at our hotel room, I also have his toothbrush. If you wanted to pull his DNA.
Yeah, good idea. Okay,
I don't know if you'd want to do that or not, but I did grab it.
that's what I do.
That and take pictures of the toothbrush with it stuck up your butt, and then, leave it, and then put it back into place.
What was the guy's name again?
You're the reason for that urban legend.
Yeah,
Which guy?
the guy disappeared.
James Avery.
Rennie. Oh, James.
Oh wait,
Avery.
yeah. Which disappeared guy? Yeah, I guess.
Avery. Yeah. Who else disappeared?
Oh, apparently Rennie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, not
nobody's
officially
ready for a
but-
couple of days.
Oh yeah. Yep. Okay.
I think if unless someone's got another thing they want to do before we go back to the hotel, I would like to start listening to some of those audio tapes.
Also, by the way, on the card at the Richards AV Emporium,
Mhm.
you saw that Rennie's full legal name is Mark Renfield.
Okay.
That's
Is there-
nice.
So before we leave this place, is there like a glass on the back door that you could easily break and just like reach around and open the door?
Not on the back door, but there's a pane on the front door you could probably break and reach through there.
That's. How dark is it? Are neighbors going to easily see that?
I mean, it's around 8 o'clock at the end of October, so it's fairly dark.
I don't think it's worth the risk at this point. If it was back door, I'd probably do it, but not. I don't think front door.
And this is just like a suburban Colorado town, right?
well, this is Nevada, but yeah, it's like
Or
a
Nevada.
small Nevada town.
You know, we've had trouble with the cops before. This, I mean, it seems like it's pretty safe.
Yes, but we don't know how much we can trust the cop. But perhaps we can bring him no missing persons case and look through the house together. I don't know.
That's true. Could get a warrant or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, right now you guys are on pretty good terms with the local police, so you might not want to burn that bridge just yet.
Nope.
Okay, sounds good.
I mean, I know this is new ground and it might be a little scary for you.
We were outsmarted by a maid last time. I'm a little worried.
Don't worry,
has-
Yuri put do not disturb sign.
Yeah, Yuri was on top of that as soon as we got our hotel rooms.
No maid child outsmart me again.
Okay.
All right, so you want to go back to the hotel and listen to the audio tapes?
Yeah.
Does he, real quick though, does he have like a mailbox or anything like that? Basically, what I'm looking for is, has he not got mail since he disappeared however many days ago? I'm sorry, has his mail not been collected? You know, basically he's not at home.
Yeah, you can check. There's definitely mail in the mailbox. It's hard to tell because, maybe he's only been gone for a couple of days.
Okay.
Like maybe he just got all this stuff today. You're not really sure.
Okay, cool. So it looks like there's a bunch of stuff in there, and then, basically I turned to Mick and I'm like, we could check with the neighbors too if they've seen him the last few days, but otherwise, yeah, that's about all we can do.
Yeah, it's either he got a lot of mail today or it's a couple of days worth. You're not really sure.
Okay.
Because, sometimes you go to your mailbox, there's all those stupid circulars.
Yeah.
All right, so you listen to the audio tapes. Most of them are interviews with a guy who claims to be a research assistant with MK Ultra back in the early 70s. Of course, at the beginning of each tape, it's James's voice saying, "This is James Avery interviewing Dr. Winston Michaels regarding MK Ultra experiments in 1972, specifically related to DMT, specially enhanced DMT-19."
James was a podcast tipster.
What's that?
Podcast hipster. He did it before it was cool.
So a lot of it's just like there's quite a bit of exchange about how officially MK Ultra was shut down in 1965, but this Dr. Winston Michaels is saying that they were conducting experiments in 1972, so on and so forth. Doesn't go into a lot of great detail of things that you don't already know.
Are the tapes dated?
They are dated.
What do we have like in the days leading up to his disappearance?
Not much. All the audio tapes are at least 2 months old. Like the most recent one was probably when you guys were, traipsing through the swamps down there in Louisiana.
Okay.
So, 5 weeks ago, 6 weeks.
What's on the last one? Just more of the same?
Yeah, there's only like 3 tapes there.
Okay, all right. Would it be ridiculous to ask for the dates? I'm guessing it probably would be. When I asked for the dates, you probably would have given them to me if they were important.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man. And
No,
I
that's
don't,
cool.
I don't want to give you dates that are going to be totally inaccurate
Yep.
and not work with my timeline.
That's cool.
And you probably just say, yeah, you have the dates. And then just,
Yes, you have the dates. Like the most recent one was like mid-September,
Okay.
I think.
okay, and then so we have a doctor's name, right?
Winston Michaels.
Yes.
I'm gonna put it as long shot lead.
Is he in the phone book?
He's not in the phone book. You do find a W. Michaels, but it turns out to be William Michaels. Goes by Bill.
Just on a hunch, I want to see if there's a Michael Michaels in the phone book.
There's a Michael Michaels. Why not?
I go, ha! And I close the phone book.
As you're closing the book, you happen to flip to a page, and surely enough, there's a Steven Stevens listed also.
David Davids?
Yeah, if you go looking for one, you'll find one.
This reminds me, my cousin's last name is Schmeichel, and so my aunt named my cousin Michael Schmeichel.
Really? Oh my god.
And he ends up being this like 250-pound ripped dude. It's like that's
He'd
somebody
have
you want
to
to
be.
make fun of his name to his face. He's super cool though, but it's that just reminds me of his name. It's hilarious.
All right, so what are you going to do next?
I can't think of anything else to do tonight necessarily. Personally, I mean, like I do before we start like getting too Snoopy and into some real shit. I mean, I do want to get some weapons and stuff. So I mean, unless you guys can think of anything else we can do tonight that's not going to get us killed, I want to wait to get in touch with this fixer.
Nope.
Well, there was those. You did want to check out those antenna towers.
Oh hell yeah! I forgot all about the antenna towers.
You're welcome.
Thanks, man. I even wrote it. Well, I'm on the second page of my notes for tonight's session. Like I said, I really need to start making these things more concise.
You need like post-its or something. Like go back to this.
Oh hell yeah! That's not a bad idea. I start slapping them on my second monitor. All right, yeah. Let's go check out them antennas.
And you got a book to read too, man.
Yeah, I do want to. I was gonna read that like overnight, like or before.
Yeah,
I went to
it's a
sleep.
pretty short book, maybe 120 pages. You could probably plow through it in a couple 3 hours.
Okay. All right, so let's drive back out and check out them antenna.
All right, so the road out there at night is decidedly creepier than it was during the day because the desert at night's just a weird place, anyways. But as you're driving past the house, you can't help but think about the videotape you found and creepy shit. But you get up to the top of the mountain, and there's a radio station there. It is I don't know, WMC FM radio.
Does it have the frequency? What's the frequency, Kenneth?
96.2. No, 96.1.
Is Buddy gonna like show up and start beating the shit out of me in a men's room, just like yelling, "What's the frequency, Mickey?"
Why is Buddy going to show up and beat the shit out of you in a men's room?
Just a shout. What's the frequency, Kenny? Mickey.
No, probably not.
Okay. Do you know the story of that?
I don't, actually.
Do you know the song, the REM song? What's the frequency, Kenneth?
I do.
I think it was Dan Rather. Dan Rather was this is what Michael Stipe kind of wrote the song about. Dan Rather was in a men's room, somewhere I don't know, and some crazy guy just like approached him and started beating the shit out of him, screaming at him, "What's the frequency, Kenneth?"
It's got to be the single weirdest fucking thing that's happened to anybody ever.
Right? I think it was Dan Rather.
So, do you want to check out the radio station at all?
Absolutely,
Or,
yeah, we're gonna put it on.
Oh, what was the radio tuned into that we found in the cabin? I don't think we tuned into it at all.
That's a really good question. A different one.
Okay.
97X. Bam. The
Moving
future
on.
of rock and roll.
¿Qué? ¿Ah?
Yeah, so what do we hear on 96.1?
It's, your basic, like, rock, pop kind of thing. They're playing some Phil Collins right now. He can feel it coming in the air tonight.
This means something.
You can, through the window, you can see the DJ kind of shuffling around in there.
Anyone want to talk to the DJ?
Sure. What do you want to ask?
I don't know. We'll knock on the door.
All right, he kind of looks up and holds up a finger like 1 minute, and he, looks like he's changing the record, and then he comes to the door, and he's like, "Hey, welcome to WWMC. What can I do for you?"
Hey, do you take requests?
He's like, "Sure, man, but most people just call in instead of driving all the way up here.
Sure,
What do you want to
sure.
hear?"
I was just wondering if you took requests. We're investigating a missing person a little further up the road. He was staying at a cabin. James
Oh yeah,
Avery.
Withers' cabin up there, yeah.
Yeah, I show him the picture. I'm like, have you ever seen this guy about here? Maybe he came down to make a request since kind of close.
No, can't say as I ever saw him.
Just typical radio station stuff going on here, yeah.
Yeah, it looks like it. Actually, Yuri, roll your electronics.
All right. Well, that was
Yeah,
terrible.
it looks like radio station stuff. Absolutely nothing out of the ordinary.
Do you know a guy named Rennie, Mark Renfield? He works at the AV shop back in town.
Yeah, sure, I know Rennie.
Yeah. Have you seen Rennie
Yeah,
around
good.
lately?
Oh man, I haven't talked to Rennie in a couple of weeks at least.
Yeah.
I should get a hold of him, see if he wants to go have a beer or two.
Would that be down at Johnny's Bar, Johnny's Tavern?
Well, either that or sometimes my basement, whichever.
Right. Where's that located? What's your name, fella?
My name is Dan Rivers, but they call me the Mad Dog.
That's what I wanted. Yeah, the Mad Dog.
He's like, well, I'm here 8 p.m. to midnight every night except Sundays.
You ever have any problems out here with interference from other antennas or anything like that on your radio?
Well, not really interference, but he got me a shortwave setup. It's kind of a hobby of mine. You pick up some freaky shit on a shortwave, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you Get high and listen to that shit. It will blow your mind.
Right. Yeah, baby.
We picked up an interesting signal the other day. Some German numbers and letters.
Oh, yeah, okay. I know what you're talking about. We call that the Swedish Rhapsody. I'm not even making that up. That's a real thing. That's a real number station.
Nice.
Do you know what the source is?
He's like, well, that's the thing with shortwave, man. You can broadcast it from almost anywhere. It's real hard to triangulate. It's almost impossible. But being as how we pick it up here sometimes, I'd say it can't be more than a couple 100 miles away.
Oh, good. Just a radius of a couple 100 miles. We should search that one out then.
He's like, yeah, man. You guys know anything about these number stations?
No, how about you educate us?
It's like, all right, well, you guys come in. You sit down for just a minute. I gotta flip this record. I'm gonna blow your minds, man.
Let's do it.
All right, so he goes in. He's in the booth. You can't really hear what he's saying, but he looks pretty animated when he's saying it. And he puts on another record, and he comes out, right? And he's like, all right, we got 6 minutes and 23 seconds. Pink Floyd, baby.
Nice.
So check this out, man. There's all these shortwave stations, and they're all over the world, right? And they just broadcast these numbers, but they don't do it all the time. It's only sometimes. The rest of the time, it's just dead air. What are they there for? I don't know, man. Maybe it's the CIA. Maybe they're activating secret spies. Maybe they're just relaying instructions. Maybe it's the communists, man.
A lot of commies.
Wait.
Yuri has no opinion.
Wait, isn't it like 92? Didn't the Soviet Union fall in 91? What comes?
Yeah.
Well,
I was
there's
thinking
still
about
communists out
Korea.
there. They weren't the only ones.
Yeah, I mean, there's still like North Korea. China was still communist then. Cuba. I mean, yeah, the Soviet Union fell and the Berlin Wall was torn down, but there's still commies out there, man. But anyways, Mad Dog gives you the whole rundown that there's these stations, and lots of times it's just dead air, but every now and then they broadcast. Usually it's a set of numbers. Usually they're numbers that are read by a female voice. Nobody knows what they're there for. But he's got a pretty good collection of recordings from all over the world.
Good.
Can we borrow some of those? Especially, you got any of that Swedish Rhapsody?
He's like, yeah, man, I got hours of that shit. You know, it seems like when it broadcasts, it's only on about a 4-minute loop, though. But, yeah, let me run you off some copies.
That'd be fantastic. Hey, you got any Ramones?
He looks at you and he's like, my man. So, yeah, he starts making you copies of the tape, and he tells you, he's like, hey, man, you know, Rennie knows a lot more about these number stations than I do. He's really the expert.
Cool. We can ask him about that when we find him.
So, he starts making some recordings. A couple of minutes later, he goes back in his studio, and he puts on, he puts on Blitzkrieg Bop.
Yeah,
For you.
nice.
So you got like a stack of recorded number stations now.
All right, cool.
And what else do you want to do there?
Does he have any like interesting recordings from the shortwave that he can hand over to us?
Yeah, that's what all the number
Oh,
stations
sure.
recordings were.
Yeah, so I want to whisper to these guys. This guy sounds like he knows about the drugs stuff. He might be somebody that might be able to lead us to some of this DMT that his buddy was using.
I do want to take a second to clarify that the only like local number station recording is the one he called the Swedish Rhapsody.
Right.
All right.
Like the last tape he hands you, he's like, "Tell you what you do, man. You take this, you drive out in the middle of the Black Rock, you put this on your car stereo, play it at full volume, take 2 hits of acid, smoke a joint while you're waiting for it to kick in, listen to this, and just look up at the stars, man."
And so I'm like, my preference is DMT 19.
He's like, you say that, he's like, "Shit, man, that's heavy, but you do you."
Yeah, I started at
Whoa, whoa,
5.
whoa, wait. You just mentioned joint. I take out my wallet. How will you do some trade?
was like, what happened?
Oh, I don't want to register an account.
Yeah, mine's not even loading.
Yeah, that's where I'm at too. Is I don't feel like registering for this. Do you have another link for this somewhere, Silas? Whatever it is you're trying to show us.
Wait, oh, wait, doesn't it open right? I mean, it's just some like really weird shit I find online, some creepy shit that happened to me on India. Let me see if I can. Wait, what is that thing? Nope, nope, nope. Okay, let me see if I can.
All right, so Yuri, to answer your question, you're not really gonna get anything from the number stations. I'm just trying to add some flavor to the game.
Oh yeah, no.
Sorry about that.
Well, Yuri as a character would probably do some acid.
I mean, they're all pretty well equally as creepy as that Swedish Rhapsody, though. What else were you trying to do tonight? Anybody?
I don't think I have anything else to do tonight other than read that Friends in Colorado book.
All right, it's actually pretty terrible. It's like long-winded and self-righteous, and from what you can gather, it's basically the underlying theme is that people should be able to do whatever the fuck they want, and cops should go fuck themselves.
Right.
Overall, it's definitely not like a bestseller.
Okay.
Rambles off on tangents quite frequently. Not an enjoyable read, but you managed to plow through it.
Okay.
Cool.
I'm listening to WWMC while
Yeah, they're playing some pretty decent music. I mean, like I said, it's mostly kind of leaning toward pop, but he'll throw out something by Susie and the Banshees every now and then.
You guys know music I haven't even heard of.
The Cure. And of course, Mad Dog is hamming it up every third or fourth song. He does mention that he got a request from some strangers who just showed up in the middle of the night. Talks about how weird things happen out in the desert. You just never know, man.
I'm like, that's us. That's us.
Anyways, here's Soft Cell. Blue Monday.
Cool. Think
If nobody's got anything else, man, this is a really good stopping point. I know it's 15 minutes early or so, but
Yeah, we can tomorrow. We'll get some weapons from the fixer, and then because I haven't done it yet, I don't know. I might want to go. I might want to go read the past at the cabin.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I don't know if it's a good idea. I'm freaked out from watching that video.
I'm gonna go buy a bunch of drugs.
Yeah, I mean, I, yeah, tomorrow I can do a further research, get high on the house, on weed, of course.
Yeah, sounds
And
good.
maybe find like some Irish person who can like tell us something about your stuff, and maybe try to, also talk to the weed dealer about this compound.
Yeah. Obviously, we got to figure out. We got no leads on that. If it's a compound at all. So, but yeah, we got to do some research.
And I'm wondering if I, again, like, do I take too much meaning into stuff? Like he said, look up at the stars, man.
Wait.
Is he just like burnt out and likes looking up at the stars? Sure. Are Saurians coming from the stars and they're like, yeah, you took our drug, now you here, play with my plasma claw.
That's probably what he meant. Yeah.
Right? Who knows? He listens to some pretty cool music though, and he's playing
So
some
I
pretty
do
cool
have to
stuff.
ask, racially speaking, which is the background of all the people that have this experience with Banshee? Are they all Irish?
No, you don't know the background or the ethnicity of all of them, or any of them really. You just know that they were test subjects with MK Ultra. In
Mhm.
fact, you don't even have names for them.
Maybe they are all Irish. Maybe.
Possibly, but that'd be a hell of a coincidence.
Yeah, I mean, I think like the concept of a banshee is in the $5 word zeitgeist, um, enough that like I mean they wouldn't need to be Irish to refer to something as a banshee. Although I'm not saying that's a dead lead. I'm just saying it's like it's not
Okay.
obscure. It's not necessarily something obscure that only Irish people would know about.
Yeah.
I said zeitgeist.
Yep, you certainly did.
That's my $5 word for the day.
Uh,
Everything from here out is monosyllabic.
Yes.
Okay, boys and girls, I'm exhausted. I'm gonna go lay down.
All right,
Alright.
2 weeks.
Yes.
Yeah,
That
sounds
work?
good.
Good.
Put that in my date.
All right. I thought it went well.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it definitely went better than Louisiana has so far.
Okay, are you saying that from like a perspective of like you guys haven't fucked up nearly as much, or just that you think the scenario is better?
No, it was our fucking up, and also just like
Yeah.
I think we have a better idea of what we do.
I think you're absolutely right on that. This has definitely gone quite a bit smoother, I think.
Yep.
We haven't made any widows cry. Haven't pissed off the sheriff. Did not get held up at gunpoint by the whole entire police department. Did not terrify an old Mexican maid. I think we are doing much better.
Yeah.
Report.
Yeah, I'd say overall that it's been a successful day for you guys.
Hey, real quick again. So it's 1:30 Central starting time.
1 Central starting
One.
time.
Okay, I'm done. Okay, gotcha.
We kind of hung out around till 1:30 because Vanessa wasn't here, and Mick said he got an email from you saying you were going to be on time. So we were just like, well, we'll give him a few more minutes.
Yeah, sorry. It just took forever to drive back. I'll go. Yep.
Yeah, no problem, man.
Okay, I'm out. Later, guys.
All right, guys.
Okay. Night, guys.
All right.
Thanks for running it, Cleveland.
Yeah, a lot of
Hey,
fun.
no problem, man.
I'm digging this one. I'm digging this one a lot.
Yeah, it should be fun. I'm
Me
gonna
too,
try
man.
not to watch the movie in the next 2 weeks.
Which movie are you talking about?
Whatever your video clips are pulled from.
Well, yeah, if you don't know what the movie is, it'll be hard for you to watch. But yeah, when all this is over, I will definitely tell you what the movie is because you seem like you might be interested in it.
Yeah. Okay.
Although, frankly, I'm going to spoil the movie for you, so whatever.
That's all right. I'd rather have the movie spoiled than the session spoiled.
Excellent. So yeah, talk to you guys in about 2 weeks.
Cool.
All right. Peace out, Cubs.
Later,
All
guys.
right, later.